Hey, how you doing, Patrick Ewan? How's it going, David Bowie? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the latest wave of Transformers One's Classics class Blokees figures consisting of Ironhide, Shockwave, and Soundwave. Boy, what a mouthful. We got through with that. And the event that you are not familiar with Blokees as a toy line, I'm going to give you a quick intro. So this guy over here, this is the entry-level line, a Galaxy version Defender. And boy, all the Blokees, they have wonderful, wonderful sculpts, great amount of detail, and they are all non-transforming. But look at that, right? Even at such a small scale, look at the crisp detail on the Decepticon logos, the clean lines on the wings, and once again, that head sculpt is just absolutely magnificent, and bright yellow on top of that blue, and so they spare no expense when it comes to details and things like that. This is their next line up, and this is a Galaxy version Soundwave. Oh, I forgot to mention that Galaxy version Defender and Galaxy version all come packaged in a blind pack, but if you don't like blind packs, you can buy the entire set and forgo all of that, and you'll make sure that you get all of them. But this is the chase item, and he's shiny Soundwave. And look at all the details on this guy. Man, the deets are nuts. And another thing that they really kind of do well is that just accuracy and fidelity according to line art and sculpt. And so whatever the base source material is, they're going to do an incredible job of replicating that, not only in terms of the sculpt, but also the details, the paint, the deco, like all of that. And they're just really, really a lot of fun to play with. And they also come with stands once they start getting into their larger forms, like this guy over here. So all the ones that you see here, these are from the Classics class, and that is one step up. And the great things about the Classics is like these are for like the model kit enthusiasts. So if you've ever built Gunpla before or built just kind of like plastic model kits in general, these might be for you, and you enjoy it, like these might be for you. Let me just kind of fix the focus up here. And one of the things about the Blokees characters, especially the larger ones, they have something called the soul block on the inside, which is at the core of every toy. The larger Classics class, their soul blocks light up, so you just kind of give them a tap. Ooh, look at that. That's so sick. You see the eyes lit up, right? He looks dope. Look at all the details. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like even the bits inside his armpit by his shoulders and arms, these vents over here, all just the little things, the engraving on the wings, it's just a treat to look at. Any angle, wherever you look, well, maybe not over here, but any angle you look, you're going to be pleased and you're going to be like, wow, this is a solid investment. And they are not that expensive for what they are. And so we had Starscream there, and then we have Sentinel over here. And Sentinel actually has a transforming gimmick. You can turn him into his battle mode as well. I don't have the bits with me, but you do feet swap. You do some side calf swap things and a couple other things with the shoulders and arms and things like that. But yeah, he can kind of convert. So while not a transformer, he does transform into modes. And look at that. And by virtue of not having to transform, yeah, they can come really, really accurate with the sculpt. And again, just really clean. Colors are super accurate. Sculpt is super accurate. And an interesting thing about these is, sorry for that cutaway. I got interrupted by the work home. We had to deal with that. And so I believe I was about to talk about their scale. And, you know, I don't think they are one-to-one. I think they're slightly smaller or squatter, or I don't know, maybe the head is a little big or something about them just makes me feel like they're not your one-to-one, but still, they're very cool. They're very fun, expressive, and dude, I just love every scale of these figures. This Ironhide figure, he has like butterflies over here. That's pretty cool, right? And he can almost do the he can do the John Cena. The legs, he has a little bit more bend, and each toy will differ. Each toy will differ based on their mold. There isn't like a one size fits all, and so that makes it a little bit more difficult to customize them, so to speak. Like this guy, you can do limb swaps with the other Galaxy version guys. It's a little bit more difficult with these guys just because they're so highly specialized. But you still can mix and match. Like I was able to mix and match a Bumblebee with the Tarn from the Galaxy version line, so that was pretty cool. And this over here, this is a little side supplemental buddy that came packaged with this. Starscream actually came packaged with the Megatron, and so that was a real nice little surprise on the side. And, excuse me, even for this, let me just set him down. Even for this scale, dude, there's a ton of detail on this thing, right? Look at all of that. Look at all the engraving. And so really appreciate the fact that they go all out on these things. And so very happy with these products. But let's build one of these things. Who shall we build? Who shall we build? Let's go Soundwave. Let's go build Soundwave. And so we'll do a quick assembly while this guy's blurry on camera, and I'll be right back. All right, let's do a quick assembly for Soundwave. Originally, I did the uncut version. Dude, it was like 45 minutes. I was like, yo, ain't no one got time for that. And so I sped it up for both your sake and my sake. Even though the instructions ask you to assemble the head first, I like doing the arms. I don't know, it's some type of like Voltron fan in me where I want to do the arms and legs first, and then the torso, and then the head last. And in terms of product positioning, like I mentioned before, like if you're a Gunpla Gundam model kit fan and you also like Transformers, like this is going to truly do it for you. All the bits are beautifully cast in these plastic sprues and trees. They're very easy to take off. The other ones that I built before, I did utilize clippers, but you don't need to, and you're still going to get a fine effect. And if you don't like the kind of like white plastic bits, those parts that remain after you remove them from the trees, you can take like a light heat source and just kind of go over it, and it'll resolve all of those. In addition to being properly cast in the right color, they do add little bits of paint here and there just to get the perfect effect in terms of detailing. And again, whoever is behind these product designs, the product deco and paint, like man, my hat tips to you, my friend. You got a tremendous eye for quality and also for detail and fidelity to the main art source. And so yeah, kudos. All right, we just finished the arms, and they look great. You know, doing the first limb, you're probably going to take a little bit more time because you're unfamiliar with it and you don't know how things come together. But after you get that first one done, the second one, my friend, second one comes together rapido. Yeah, and as I mentioned before, building these is like really de-stressing for me. The parts are fashioned in such a way that they can only fit together one specific way, at least for the most part. And if you find that something is like not sitting right, you can't push the seams together, or just something seems off, stop and do a double take. Because like I said, all the parts are meant to be buttery smooth in terms of the way they come together. So if you do encounter some type of roadblock, you've probably done something wrong. And so again, stop, take a look, maybe disassemble, and then reassess and go from there. And here you can see me assembling the leg. I actually did make a mistake while I was putting the leg together. I forgot to add the back vent, I guess that's it, to the back of the calf. And so I did have to open it, but it didn't provide me a lot of troubles. And if it does, use a spudger, get between the seams and kind of like move it left and right. Don't brute force anything because again, these are plastic bits and they're not impervious to stress. So just be mindful when you're putting things together so that you don't have to make any mistakes like I did. Another thing that I really like about this set is the artistry, not just in toys. I mean, I do enjoy the palettes that they choose. I think it's perfect. It's the perfect blue for Soundwave, and also the offsetting of the silvers and the dark grays. I mean, this is all really nice. But even the box, man, the box art is so beautiful. And so whoever the executive producer is or head of product or whoever is behind this, who's in charge of this, who has this kind of like vision that they're manifesting, man, my hat tips to them because it's just a beautiful ride, and I'm happy to be a part of it and happy to experience it while assembling this kit. We're almost at the end over here, and one thing that I'll say about the torso is that they do come equipped with soul blocks, but not all of the soul blocks are the same. Ironhides is different from Soundwaves, and I'll have to check out Shockwaves as well, but yeah, not all the pieces will be the same. But they do have the light up gimmicks, and that makes for a really fun experience, kind of like he has the arc reactor in the chest, and also translucent light up eyes, and so that's always fun. So we're almost done with the kit, and one thing I wanted to say is before you throw any of the trees away, just make sure that they're completely empty. Just make sure that you have detached everything, because I was making the Blokees Evangelion kit. Yeah, they do Evangelion as well, and I totally threw away the dummy plug, or the entry plug rather. Man, that's where the pilot's supposed to be, you know? But it was really thin and really small, and I didn't notice it, and I threw the tree away, and now I'm sad. And so as we wrap it up, I'm about to go into the Voltron sequence. Yeah, again, I just want to say this toy is for the model kit enthusiast, the Gunpla enthusiast, who is also a Transformers fan at heart. And even if you've never built a model kit before, don't have any apprehension. The instructions are really easy to follow. The parts are molded in a way that it's hard to make mistakes. And when you're putting this together, you're going to see it start coming alive in your hands, and it's going to be a really fun ride.